I'm just going to do this for like 30 minutes. It's a little stretching routine I like to do. I just thought I'd go live and show the world my stretching routine. Absolutely not. This is BroncoStevens on YouTube. I do a comedy channel. I do a music comedy channel, and I do original serious music also. So just a bit of this and a bit of that. But I was thinking about telling you a story this afternoon, and it stems way back to when I was in grade school, and we took a class. Not really a trip because it was like it's like a camp type of deal, and like the whole school signed up to do this deal where you go to it was actually Camp Kimbleguard was the name of the camp. I always thought that was a great name for a camp, Camp Kimbleguard. So props to whoever came up with that. Anyhow, it was pretty cool, just the overall experience. You know, I was at that time where like I was a young boy, and boys were starting to like girls, and the girls were liking boys, and we were trading notes and stuff through the doors. Like there was like a girls' dorm and a boys' dorm, but like they were connected at like the bathroom, but like you couldn't open the door, but you could slide notes under it. So it was a perfect situation to like pass little notes back and forth. And I don't know, it was like so and so likes so and so, and who all likes so and so. Anyway, it was just that time of you know, that's the period of life I was in, basically, kind of setting the scenario for the story. But I was still young. So anyway, the camp was a good deal and all that. It was fun and stuff. But the thing that stood out to me the most was the legend of the Red Rider. And if you are my kids and you're like, hey, Dad's live and you're listening, they all know this story because I told it to them from the time they were real little. And I turned it into like a bedtime story. So the legend of the Red Rider is basically this camp has this villain, the Red Rider, and that's why I'm all in red, people. I normally, you know, I'll normally be wearing my hat, but anyhow, the legend of the Red Rider was basically there's this camp villain, and at nighttime, what he would do is he'd wait till all the children were asleep, and he would break in to the dorm rooms, and he would mark them with an X on their forehead. And basically, if you got marked with an X, you knew he was coming back for you, okay? And so all the camp instructors and stuff were telling us that this was going to happen. Like, hey, you know, we have a problem with the camp at night. There's this guy called the Red Rider, and he comes and he marks you. And so everybody be on alert, you know? And so, you know, it was just kind of a thing. You're like, oh, yeah, right, you know. So, but anyway, what made it so freaking awesome was later that night. Hello, Josiah. I was just telling a story. So I was at camp, and the camp instructors were telling us there's this Red Rider character that was going to break in and mark you with an X. And if you got marked with an X, you're out of there. They took you the next night. So basically, you know, we're like, that's, you know, that's funny. But anyway, what was awesome was that night, we're all sleeping, and I'm dead asleep, and I hear the door kick in. I'm 50 years old. I act like I'm 5, but I'm 50, actually. To answer that question, sir. Or ma'am. Probably sir. Anyhow, so the door kicks in the middle of the night, and I'm just a kid, you know. I'm laying there, and I'm like, this is weird, you know. So I'm laying like still, because I hear him coming. He's like, it's Red Rider! And he starts like stomping around the room, being like overly loud and stuff. And I'm like, what do I do? Do I just sit here? Do I lay still? And I'm just like, yeah. So everybody it's in July. I'm not going to get super specific in all the details of my birthday and all that stuff, but I'm 50 and my birthday's in July. Anyhow, so they kick in the door and they start going around the room, and nobody's doing anything. Everybody's just laying there still. I don't know if it's because you're half awake or half asleep, or if you're just terrified or what. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's cool. That's very coincidental. So anyway, I'm laying there, and I feel the mark go on my head, and I'm like, oh, crap. You know, I'm getting marked here. And so, but it, you know, it's one of those things where you're just like, it's still part of a story. You know, you're old enough and young enough. Young enough it's fun, but old enough that you get that you're not probably going to get taken out of there the next night. And so the next day, we all go out and we're at like the lunch area where you congregate and trade stuff, tickets for snacks and stuff like that. And a bunch of the kids had the mark on them there. I say lunch. It was probably breakfast, actually, that would have happened. And so we're all like comparing, like, oh, I got marked and I got marked. And anyway, the next night, you're sitting there laying there like, are they going to come back and get me? No, this is not AI. I'm a human. Anyhow, so, and this is, look at this place. This is like the least professional setup ever. I've got totes with the drape put on them. I've got like an Aldi box up here on top of that deal. That's how you know it's not AI, because it's so imperfect, And I like, here's my fingers. I've got all my fingers and stuff. There's nothing weird going on there. Anyhow, okay, so I'm a dad of 6 kids, and I try to do this thing when I think I've got a moment. My 3-year-old's like kicking in the door over here, and so she's probably going to start fussing and stuff. Hang on one second. I'm just going to let her in. Sometimes you just got to let the beast in. Oh, you got to get dressed, so you got to put clothes on if you're coming out here. Yeah, go get help. She took her top off. She's not coming out here like that. Anyhow, I like to rehearse music when I'm out here. And I do, like I said, it's BroncoStevens channel. Go to Sigma, Ohio, Daddy. I thought it was Skibby, Ohio. Are they changing it all the time now? That's funny. I'm literally from Ohio, so that's funny. All right. Anyhow, it's BroncoStevens channel on YouTube. I do daily lives when I can, I guess. Let me switch out of the Red Rider mode here. Yes, sweetie, you got to be dressed if you're coming out here. Dracula coming for you, right for your throat, your blood coming to get it. Can't hide, can't run, because it's my time of year. Looks like it's bad. It's my time of year, yeah. Dracula coming for your blood. What you gonna do? You're lie there like I did in camp that year. It's my time of year. My time of year, yeah. It's my time of year. All right. Anyhow, that'll just be a short little thing to get started here. So yeah, I do different styles of song. Everything I do is original for the most part. I've done 2 covers now that are on my channel, but anything I'll play here today right now is going to be original stuff. So, okay, let's do. Tell you what, if you like that one, if you're liking like that more punk sound, or I'll do one more on that guitar before I switch over. This kind of reminds me of like a Violent Femmes kind of feel, if you're familiar. Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? Said, don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? He says, no way. It takes my pain. And if you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. Said, if you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. And if you gotta ask, man, you don't understand. If you gotta ask, man, you don't understand. 'Cause it takes my choice away. I said it takes my pain away too. Yeah, man, but don't you wanna stop? See, all care about you, and we'd like to see that light. Says, yeah, I know you do, and I get that a lot. But if I said it takes my brain away. I said it takes my choice away too. I said it takes my pain away. All right. That one's called Addiction. Okay. Let's see who's joining us real quick. I know we had, I know there were questions about me being human or not, but I'm definitely a human. All right, Josiah. Okay, we got Runt joining in. Chris Cornell a little too. Yeah, I like Chris Cornell. Old Soundgarden singer. All right, cool. All right, let's keep going here, folks. I'm going to do one I wrote for my wife. This one's called For Kristin. How ironic. Get my fingers in the right spot. All of my life something missing. The puzzle pieces weren't fitting. And all of a sudden there she was. In the winds they cried, Kristin. What do I need to do to get through to you? Imperfect the way you are. There could only be one of you. In my life you were the star, and you burned bright. You changed my life, and I'm in so much love with you. And all of a sudden it was different, a life that wasn't before. The pieces just started filling, and soon the picture was done. What do I need to do to get through to you? You're perfect the way that you are. Said I know you got things that you're going through, and I do too. But I want you to know you're perfect the way you are. There could only be one of you. Shine like the stars. And all of a sudden it was brighter, like the sun was finally around. In a world that is gray and dark, you lit it up like a spark. What do I need to do to get through to me? It's perfect the way that it is. Every day we're right next to each other. That is as good as it gets. What do I have to do? What do you gotta do? What are we putting ourselves through? What do I have to do? What do you gotta do? What are we putting ourselves through? And every day it was different. All right, people still out there? All right, that one, like I said, that's an original song. BroncoStevens channel here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the BroncoStevens channel, this is my invitation for you to do so. I'm an original singer-songwriter. I do comedy music, original music, and I do a lot of, I have 6 kids, people, and so I'm a dad, and I got a wife, and I got 6 kids, I got 5 dogs. My life's pretty crazy, and so I do a lot of comedy stuff, too, about dad life, and then I do, old man rant bits and things, and then I do, I don't know, you just got to check it out. Check out BroncoStevens, dive into some playlists. I got a bunch of playlists you can look at, and then I got the original music playlist and things like that. So these will be all found on that original music playlist. Okay, I'm going to do Sometimes Love Feels Like a Fight. Started if I couldn't finish, but I wasn't strong within like pop on spinach. She left us for dead here the way that I'd want. She called me a bastard, I called her you know what. That was the end for at least one day. That was the end for at least one day. Now sometimes I've good days and sometimes I'm a mess. She'll hold me tight, she says I love you no less. She's too much to forget and easy to forgive. The life on the round her's now how I live. Don't want it to end, God, please moan down. Want it to end, God, please mold it. Now sometimes she don't like me, she gets sick of my shit. She's called me a lot of things, but she never called it quits. They say love has a feeling, and I think they're right. Sometimes it's amazing, but sometimes love feels like a fight. And that was the start of the rest of our lives. And that was the start of the rest of our lives. Sorry, that was hard to get off the ground on that one. The one I'm about to do is probably my favorite one that I've done in a while. It's kind of a up and down ride, and I hope you like it. The song is called I Am a Soul, or I'm a Soul. Jesus didn't come to save my life, He came to save my soul. Jesus didn't come to save my life, He came to save my soul. Jesus didn't come to save my life, He came to save my soul. Jesus didn't come to save my life, He came to save my soul. Listen, I'm a soul on a body, not the other way around. I'm a soul inside a body, till this body's in the ground. You'll be coming like a thief in the middle of the night, I hope you got it right. Cause you had so much time, I mean really, you had your whole life. You were told so many times, but you couldn't hear and you couldn't see. Some say it's destiny and some say you're stubborn. you're wishing you were in, and you are simply left knocking, knock, 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 knocking on that door. Knock, 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 knocking on that door. He's the King of Kings, the great I am. You hear me now? Do you understand? He's the King of Kings, the great I am. Do you hear me now? Do you understand? I am a soul inside a body, not the other way around. I'm a soul inside a body, till this body's on the ground. I'm a soul in a body, not the other way around. I'm a soul inside a body, till this body's in the ground. In the middle of the night, there's a lake of fire and it's burning all around. There'll be weeping on National Day. I hope you're in the right line. Up above, there's angels flying so high you can't hardly see, 'cause they're so bright, that white light will have you chilling on the inside. When you're knock, 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 knocking on that door. Knock, 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 knocking on that door. He's the King of Kings, great I am. Do you hear me now? Do you understand? He's the King of Kings, great I am. Do you hear me now? Do you understand? We are souls in our bodies, not the other way around. Souls inside our bodies, till these bodies on the ground. I'm a soul in a body, not the other way around. I'm a soul inside a body, till this body's in the ground. Folks, I gotta go. I got a 3-year-old that is dying to get in here. I've got 5 other siblings in there that could deal with this situation, but apparently they're too busy to pay attention to their 3-year-old little sister. And so I'm going to have to address that. But first, I got to rescue this kiddo. All right. Thanks for stopping by. BroncoStevens on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, do it, people. Give me a subscribe. Check it out. Check it out. There's playlists. It's a bunch of fun. All right. Talk to you soon. I'll be back. Have a good day.